Hey there everybody, I'm Kevin and you're watching Pull Start Stables. Today I'm getting ready for a plow day and you can see that this is a pretty shiny plow, but it's pretty funny. Just that one spot right there is dirty, and you know what always catches dirt? That spot right there. And when dirt gets caught here, my soil can't roll over. For whatever reason, this just keeps building up and causing problems. So we're going to polish this up here. We're going to make that nice and smooth like the rest of this. And hopefully when we stick it in the sandy loam soil of mid-northern Wisconsin, it's going to polish up even more. When we're done, we're going to take a little bit of red grease and just slather that all over. It's going to protect it from the elements until we stick it in the dirt. But we got to get this polished up real good. Now, today I'm just going to use a flap wheel. I probably would not do that down here, but right here I've got plenty of material if I remove some. That's always something to think of when you're polishing up down here. If you can use a wire wheel or just a very, very high grit flap wheel, that would work. This is 36 grit. That's definitely not something I want to tear this up with because I will wear this thin. Up here, we're probably a little over a 1/4 inch thick, give or take. Maybe we're at a 1/4 inch. And I'm not too worried about the strength of that. I just want it clean and smooth. Now that right there is way better. I'm probably going to see if I can find myself a little bit of a emery paper and just put some lines in it this way instead of the cut marks going that way. I can feel this is smooth, but it's got some grip to it. This is smooth, it's with the grain, and as soon as I hit here it still feels like, I don't know, like this has been smoothed out by polishing and this has been smoothed out by waxing, if you know what I mean. So I want to see if I can cut that in, but that's already going to work so much better than the little pits of rust that were in there. Now I've got just some 320 grit emery cloth, and I'm just going to keep on putting some scratches in there in the direction that these naturally go. You can see that it's not straight down, it's not straight back. It has a natural tendency to roll off this plow, and that's what rolls the dirt over. I want to make sure there's nothing hanging that up from here all the way to here. Oh, that feels way better. I can still see some scratches, and that's okay, but it glides. I can't feel the difference in my hand now, and that's what I've been looking for. I'm gonna grab some wheel bearing grease here in a minute and just slap it on. So now I've got here one of my extra heavy duty shop butt wipes, and I've got a tub of high temp wheel bearing grease, and it's, I don't know, I would say cheap enough that I'm not too worried about cross contamination if I happen to get something dirty in there. Sometimes this tub just sits open in my shop. I basically use it for things like this that I need to just dip my finger in and have a little bit of grease for assembly or this or that. But I'm just gonna coat that on there. I'm gonna paint it on pretty heavy and rub it in. It doesn't need to be super thick all the way throughout, but it definitely needs to withstand some weather and some road conditions in my travels in the back of my truck. Perfect. I didn't waste too much. That's good. Plus, there's still a clean side if I gotta blow my nose. Remember, always keep your engine full of oil and your plow nice and clean.